So I'm with Nitin Mantri. He is the owner of Avian Media, the president of PRCA India, and also the president of ICCO in Asia Pacific. So 3 big roles.
Thank you.
What have you made out of Cannes so far?
So it's my first trip to Cannes, and I think I've been observing a lot. I've attended a few sessions. I think I've seen some great work last night at the awards ceremony. So I think it's been some learnings, a lot of inspiring work, lots of creative work to see, and of course, networking.
And what is it mainly you're taking back? Is it creative ideas? Is it networking, new people you've made friends with, or inspiration? What are you taking
I think
back?
it's a mix of all of these things, but I would put inspiration and creativity at the higher end, because I think India won from India, one PR firm won the gold last night.
Yes.
And that was great. It was the first for a PR firm in India to win a gold, by the way. I think that's going to inspire other people to put in more work from next year. So I've seen some great inspiring work, and I think I want to take that back to the industry, really.
I mean, one of the things obviously that Cannes celebrates is creativity, but we've had a big focus over the last couple of days on effectiveness and measurement and evaluation. I know that's something that ICCO is working with AMEC on.
Yes.
Do you think that's more at the heart of the winners here than it was in the past, maybe?
I think it's always been difficult to evaluate earned media. And I was listening to Karen in the morning, who was jury president. She said they've really seen campaigns where one have had earned at the core, and therefore business impact for them was critical.
No.
Right? So if you can show business impact, that's great. And I believe that. I think to show business impact is difficult but important.
Okay. It's a very international gathering of people, obviously, and ICCO is a very international organisation, 40 associations, 55 countries. What's the market like in India and more broadly in Asia Pacific, where you're the ICCO president?
So the Indian market is maturing really fast. It's now, I think we can, like I mentioned earlier, we won an award. India won an award at the Cannes last night. So it's maturing fast. We're looking at a lot of content-driven stuff as well in India, content-driven campaigns. If I look at APAC as a whole, I think you'll see a lot of good work coming out of China, Japan, Korea. I think some others, Singapore, Hong Kong, of course, they've been a little ahead of the other countries. But if you look at some other markets like Thailand and Malaysia, some Southeast Asian markets, that's where I think more needs to be done.
Right.
And from an eco perspective, I think we need to get more associations on board in APAC. I think that's my KRA, to be honest.
I was in Bangkok about a month ago at the AMEC Global Summit, and there was clearly an appetite from practitioners in the local area for more professionalism. But what also struck me was just how dynamic the industry is, and I think it's easy for me, coming from the UK, to just sometimes forget just how quickly the market is changing around the world, and how it's just getting much bigger and much more important.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Asia has been more dynamic than the rest of the world, purely because of three. I think consumerism is evolving very quickly. We are leapfrogging technology. We tend to miss one piece of technology. So for example, India's kind of almost leapfrogged from 2G to LTE on its own without getting into 3G for more than 6 months, to be honest.
Right.
So I think with technology, consumerism, and of course with policies that are changing rapidly, there's a huge appetite for communications in terms of creativity and also very important societal change campaigns.
So if I'm running a big holding group, I ought to invest in India, yeah?
Absolutely. Can't miss it.
What's the one final industry question? What's the biggest challenge facing PR, do you think, around the world?
I think let me talk from an India perspective first. In India, it's been talent has been a huge challenge, and I think overall, if I say, I don't know how talent is across the world, but if I have to put number 2, it would be how PR is integrating with the rest of the disciplines.
Right.
I think that's a big challenge for us as an industry, and to say how can we own more content, how can we own more integration
It's
across
definitely an opportunity for us, isn't it?
It's a great opportunity. It's a challenge, but it's a great opportunity.
And one final personal question. How about cricket? How's the Indian cricket team?
It's a sore topic after what Sunday's loss to Pakistan, but that'll be all right. Everyone has to have the day in the sun, so it's okay.
I'm from England. I'm used to losing. Thank you, Nitin. That was great.
Thank you.